Hi, and welcome back. It's Esther at the Trucking Scribe. Today we are on day 2 from on the Bible study we're going to be working on for the month of December. It's from prophecy to promise, a journey through the birth of Jesus. So day 1 we did the prophecy of Jesus' birth from Isaiah. Well, we're still working on prophecies today. Okay, so it's day 2. We're looking at Announcement to Mary by the Angel Gabriel, Luke 1:26 through 38. So I've written all this and I'll read it in just a moment. This is actually the verses that we're going to read today. I thought it would be nice to have something else to put in our book. So there are a lot more printables. I think there's 11 or 12 for today's readings. So I'll put those up in the corner somewhere. They are free. You can go to Ko-Fi. I'll put a link below, and you can go and get them absolutely free. The whole Bible study, as it comes out from through December, is free for this. So make sure you go get it. So we talked about Isaiah's prophecy on Monday that therefore the Lord will give you a sign. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son and call him Emmanuel. So that leads us on into another prophecy that was told by Gabriel to Mary. It was before she knew she was pregnant. Luke 1:26 through 38 from the ESV version. In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God to a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin betrothed to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And he came to her and said, "Greetings, O favored one, the Lord is with you." But she was greatly troubled at the saying, and tried to discern what sort of greeting this might be. And the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. And behold, you will conceive in your womb, and bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus. He will be great, and will be called the Son of the Most High. And the Lord God will give to him the throne of his father David, and he will reign over the house of Jacob forever. And of his kingdom there will be no end." And Mary said to the angel, "How will this be, since I am a virgin?" And the angel answered, "The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. Therefore the child to be born will be called Holy, the Son of God. And behold, your relative Elizabeth in her old age has also conceived a son, and this is the 6th month with her who is called barren, for nothing will be impossible with God." And Mary said, "Behold, I am the servant of the Lord. Let it be to me according to your word." And the angel departed her. The little picture on of the boy, that's in my mind, that's Gabriel, the angel. Could you imagine an angel coming to you to start with, and all their glory and their beauty, and then to be told that you're going to have a baby and you don't know anything about sex, or you're still a virgin, and here is this angel telling you that you're going to get pregnant. There's not going to be a physical man there to get you pregnant. This was it, even today's world, that is looked down upon by a lot of people, but in Mary's time it was just unheard of. If the man found out that his betrothed was pregnant before they got married, he could just totally say, "No, I'm not doing this." So it is a big part of the story that Mary has not known a man at all. So my summary of day 2, the announcement to Mary by Gabriel. In the tranquil town of Nazareth, Mary, a young woman of unwavering faith and virtue, was going about her daily chores. Without a warning, the room filled with an ethereal light, and standing before her was the majestic figure of the angel Gabriel. With shimmering wings and an aurora of serenity, he was a sight to behold. See, this is where I got the idea for that. Mary, Gabriel began, his voice echoing with kindness, you have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son and name him Jesus. Mary, though startled by the angel's sudden appearance, remained composed. She was puzzled. How can this be, as I have not been with a man? The Holy Spirit will come upon you, Gabriel explained, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. The child will be holy, and he will be called the Son of God. Despite the extraordinary news, Mary showed remarkable faith. She responded with humility and acceptance. I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled. In the silence that followed, Gabriel disappeared as suddenly as he had appeared, leaving Mary alone with the divine secret she was to carry. This began a miraculous journey filled with the challenges and wonders beyond imagination. So last week, we talked about, on Friday, we talked about Psalms 11, and we talked about the fact that with God, nothing's impossible. And that's the same here. Mary God is going to give Mary Jesus to carry and to come into this life like all the rest of us. He is born to a woman. He is born into the world, and of all places, you would think that Jesus would be a king in a big castle and all, but he's not. He's born in a manger. So as we go through this reading this month, you will begin to see where all that Mary and Joseph and Jesus went through during his birth. So I hope you really enjoyed today's reading, and do not already know that maybe you know now that with God anything's possible. He creates miracles that are just amazing. But he also lets us go through troubled times and through hard times, kind of like Mary. She's going to have to deal with being pregnant in a world that you definitely are not pregnant before you're married. But Mary's trusting in God in her time of need and her stress. I mean, she's got to be worried. Any human would be worried. But she puts her trust in God and says, this is what you want, God. I will carry this baby and I will take care of him for you. So it's very interesting, fun story. We are taking this month's Bible study topics. So day one, we